In this chapter, we're going to learn how to handle errors that occur in Python programs. These errors are also called exceptions. In fact, that's the more correct name. Exceptions occur when something in a program goes wrong. The two examples I'm going to show in this lesson are when you try to divide a number by 0 and when you try to open a file that doesn't exist. But there are many other exceptions. But we want to distinguish exceptions from other types of errors, such as when you're entering your code and you type the name of a function, such as print, incorrectly. That's not really an exception, that's just a typographical error. The types of exceptions that we want to discuss in this chapter occur when the program's running or at runtime. So let's look at a couple of examples for this first lesson. We're going to create a program called accept.py. So the first thing I want to do is demonstrate the divide by 0 exception. So let's prompt the user to enter a couple of numbers. Then we might say quotient is equal to numerator divided by denominator, and we can print the quotient. So let's save the program. We'll run it. So we'll do 12 and 2, and that's 6. Let's run it again. This time we'll enter 12 and 0, and here we get an exception. 0 division error, division by 0. So this exception was thrown by the program when we entered 0 for a denominator. What we're going to learn in this chapter is how to recognize this error and keep the program from crashing. And that's the last thing you want your programs to do when someone else is using them, is to have it crash and take you back all the way out of the program to the operating system. All right, let's look at one more example. Comment out this code. And we'll do a very simple one. It's a one-liner. We'll try to open a file that doesn't exist. We'll open it to read. So we'll save, come back to the operating system. And here we get an I/O error. No such file or directory blah.txt. So that's another example of an exception that can be handled inside the program so that the program doesn't crash. So with that, we're ready to move to the next lesson, where we're going to look at the first way to handle exceptions, and that's using something called a try except statement.